Why did Hillary Clinton not win the 2016 election? Perhaps the explanation lies in the still unfinished agenda. The 2016 political campaign for the American presidency highlighted just how important women's work had become. Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, leading candidates for the Democratic nomination, vied with each other to advocate for wage-earning women and for dual wage-earning parents in particular. Both supported vigorous enforcement of equal pay legislation, paid pregnancy and parental leaves, and extensions of the Earned Income Tax Credit. Clinton became the first presidential candidate in the nation's history to propose 12 full weeks of paid leave for new parents. Republican candidates, including Donald Trump, also engaged the issue, but Trump's proposal, which did not include fathers, drew few advocates. Other indicators pointed to a more generous conception of women's economic roles within the American public. Shortly before the campaign began, the Marines lifted a ban on female soldiers in combat, and during the course of the campaign, the Pentagon offered 12 to 18 weeks of fully paid leave to those giving birth and caring for infants. Towards the end of the primary season, the Supreme Court declared that the states could not impose undue burdens on women seeking abortions. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump accused Hillary Clinton of playing the woman card. "It was time," replied Hillary, "to raise the banner of women." And yet, neither Hillary Clinton nor her female supporters were clear about what the banner of women represented. In the view of traditional men and women, women had abandoned family responsibilities and needed to return to them. This view, which amounted to what some called a war against women, may account for some skepticism about Clinton's presidential candidacy. Most women, including many who declare themselves not to be feminists, still seek answers to the home and work conundrum in new family forms, new technology, and new opportunities. They look to changing behavior patterns among a limited strata of men who have begun to participate more fully in household and childcare activities. They appeal for collective support, social rather than individual responsibility for the costs of pregnancy, parental leaves, and daycare centers. They suggest utopian possibilities, like wages for housework, based on a 1970s movement that proposed a government stipend to whoever gave up paid work to take care of the home. They've sometimes called for collective solutions, such as restructuring households on a communal basis, sharing childcare among all adults, utilizing the services of the retired, and designing apartments to combine public kitchens, nurseries, and guest rooms with private space. And they've turned to new family forms, like same-sex family relationships, that have forced the state to legitimize marriage and to revisit child custody arrangements, and transgender sensibilities to encourage individuals to think beyond gender-typical roles. New and rapidly changing technology permits more flexibility in the workforce. Reducing working hours would enable all adults to share in home care. A shift in values associated with jobs might take place with both men and women, but especially men, engaging in less competitive behavior, putting in shorter workdays, and deriving pleasure from leisure time. Those who oppose these concepts argue that a productive labor force rests on disciplined, competitive workers. Reducing working hours, allowing employees to exercise initiative, or shifting values would undermine the disciplinary function of work with unforeseen but possibly chaotic consequences. In addition, not everybody is sure that releasing women for the labor market is a good idea. In the face of globalization, women have taken the lead in resisting the increasing influence of multinational corporations while supporting the labor conditions of workers in and outside the United States. In the 70s, when trade union membership constituted a relatively robust 25% of all workers, union leaders suggested a variety of means of sharing jobs, including shorter workdays, shorter work weeks, sabbaticals for all workers, and paid educational leaves. Any of these changes would have made it more feasible to combine work at home with wage work. In their absence, a struggling union movement has tried in vain to expand benefits and protect working conditions for women who now constitute more than half of union membership. All these alternatives beg questions about what will happen to an individual's incentive to get ahead. Success in our labor market has historically required putting the job first and working endless hours. What would happen to this drive if everybody shared jobs or got paid leaves? Can a society based on competition and free enterprise continue to function if workers no longer value the rewards of competitive behavior? Alternatively, we have to ask if together we might influence the shaping of job structures and work-related goals to reflect less concern with efficient production and more with humane values. Whatever our conclusion, the history of women in the workforce teaches us that fundamental solutions for the future will require creative redefinitions of both work and family, including new expectations of optimal work relationships and imaginative approaches to social reproduction. And whatever our conclusion, we know that women who have always worked will continue to do so.